Hello and welcome to Dynamo Football Book Club Injury Time episode 25. Today we start our countdown to the World Cup with our 1930s World Cup draft. My name's Al Bond and I'm joined by my co-host Johnny Coughlin, more handsome than Heathcliff. Johnny, how are you?
I'm great, Al, and I'm excited about our World Cup countdown. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you, Johnny. And I too am excited to our World Cup countdown. Like, at last, England's going to end their 60-year wait, aren't they, Johnny? Right? Don't you think? This is our year.
It scares me so much. Ireland are not yet confirmed for the World Cup, but hopefully
it's in
soon.
The fucking bag, Johnny. Don't worry about it. Like, Troy Barrett on your side, boom.
Guess who's got tickets for the game against Czechia? This boy right here.
Oh, have you indeed?
Yes, indeed.
In Dublin, presumably.
No, in Prague.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty fucking sexy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Oh, that is fun. Oh, I'm fucking jealous as fuck. Well done you, Johnny. Well, hopefully you'll win it. Otherwise, it'll be a miserable experience. That's the thing with football, isn't it? All the away days, it's like all the Forest were like, oh, we're going to Prague and we're going to Portugal. And then everyone was like, we just wanted to fight with police apparently the way back because Forest played so badly, which has become a theme. Anyway, so this week we are doing our by-the-side of players who played in any of the 1930s World Cups. Now, when I started doing this, in my head, there was only one World Cup in the 19... I thought 1938 was the first one, I forgot. So there was 3 times more research than I thought I was expecting to do. But anyway, I enjoyed doing it, and I learned a lot.
Yes, you are Dynamo Football Book Club's answer to Jonathan Wilson. Watch out, Wilson.
Yeah, well, as I was saying to you before, Johnny, yeah, I read like up to 5 different Wikipedia pages in doing research here, so no stone was left unturned.
Shall we talk about the World Cups themselves, or should we just get straight into the draft?
All right, well, I've got a few World Cup facts. I'll just kick off with that. So the very first World Cup was in 1930, and that was in Uruguay. You know why Uruguay hosted the first ever World Cup, Johnny?
Because they won the Olympics in 1928.
Absolutely right. I had no idea. How about that?
I had no idea either.
Yeah, the 1930 final was the only one between 2 Spanish-speaking countries and the only one between 2 South American sides.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And before the World Cup, 2 months only before the World Cup, there was going to be no European teams at all. So not so much a World Cup, but old Jules Rimet got involved and managed to get Belgium, France, Yugoslavia and Romania into the mix.
Romania?
Oh, well, I'm glad you said Romania, Johnny, because the Romania squad was selected by King Carol II of Romania. He persuaded them to do it and selected the squad. That's fun. There was going to be an African representative at the World Cup, Egypt, but they missed their ship. So there's your 1930s for you. I've got 2. Yep, I've got 2 more fun facts. In the final, they played with 2 different balls, one selected by Uruguay and one selected by Argentina. They alternated by the halves. And my last fun fact about the 1930 World Cup, both the semi-finals finished 6-1. How about that?
Yeah, that is fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. All right, well, moving on.
And of course it was won by...
Uruguay. Well done, Uruguay.
Yes.
The 1934 World Cup, fact fans, was given to Italy. And the final was played at the stadium of the National Fascist Party. There's no need to draw parallels between the modern time. There's no parallels at all. None whatsoever. The 1944 World Cup was a straight knockout. Went to extra time, and if that wasn't decided, it was decided by a replay. And the champions, Uruguay, boycotted the World Cup because apparently European nations had boycotted the World Cup previously. So that was a weird way to do it, but there you go.
They shot themselves in the foot a bit there, I'd say, did they?
Yeah, I would say they did. So they weren't able to defend their crown. And the 1934 World Cup was won by the hosts, Italy again. Yay! Home for Uruguay, Uruguay win. Home for Italy, Italy win. And the 1938 World Cup, do you know where that was held, Johnny?
I feel like Switzerland.
France. Again, Uruguay and Argentina boycotted the World Cup, and this was in response to a very controversial Peru versus Austria Olympic game, where 3 goals were disallowed for Peru, but still won. It was very weird. Spain were going to be involved, but they had a civil war to get in, and Austria qualified, but didn't turn up. Why not? God, you lazy bastards! Oh, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. They'd been invaded by Germany, and the Austria national team disappeared. Anyway, so that's my quick history of the 30s World Cup. Basically, all you need to know.
It is more than I knew.
Honestly, it was so much more than I knew. But anyway, so we are going to choose a 5-a-side team of players who played at one of those World Cups, and then let AI decide. And let's just hope AI knows more about 1930s World Cup football than we do, Johnny.
Well, I was asking who was the best goalkeeper of the era, and they gave me the name of this particular goalkeeper. And I was like, okay, he sounds amazing. Unfortunately, he never played in the World Cup. I was like, oh, that's a shame. And then I was reading a different article later on, and it mentioned the same goalkeeper playing in the World Cup. Turns out sometimes ChatGPT is wrong.
I suspect I know who that keeper is, because he was absolutely the number one keeper of the 1930s, wasn't he? And I believe Bobby's granddad. So, yeah, let's see.
Very, very nice, Alistair. Okay, I was wondering, how do you want to do this? We're picking from the same pool of players. Do you want to go position by position, or do you want to just go whatever?
No, I just think take it in turns and just get him off as you go, yeah.
Okay, all right. Do you have a coin? I don't.
Indeed I do. Quite a dollar.
Gladiators, ready!
Heads or tails, Johnny?
Heads.
It's tails. Okay, well, I'm going to go first then. Who am I going to get off the board right from the get-go? Oh, this is not. There really is some pretty delicious choices, but I'm going to go for, I think, the most interesting player. I'm going for a midfielder. Yeah, I'm going for Luis Monti, who was the double anchor. He was so wide, he wouldn't let anybody through in midfield. But what was particularly interesting about Luis Monti?
Well, he played in 2 World Cup finals, right? But
that's pretty good, isn't it? That's good. Well done, him. Yeah, must be.
I could think of others who've done that. Not off the top of my head. Pele, let's say Pele. But yes, he has played in 2 World Cup finals. But wait.
Oh, well done. What? Oh. So in 1930, he lost with Argentina to Uruguay. And he thought, well, fuck that. I'll switch over. And then in 1934, he won the World Cup with Italy.
That's crazy, isn't it? He was also, I'd never heard this expression before, but it's a Portuguese and Italian expression. He was an Oriundi, an immigrant in the country of his ancestry. So he was from an Italian family born in Argentina, and then he returned to Italy, and he was an Oriundi, and that's how he got Italian citizenship and qualified to play for the Italian football team.
Yeah, an absolute beast of a midfielder apparently at the time. Yeah, that's it. 2 World Cups. I wish Declan Rice had done something like that, Johnny. I wish there was still he actually got Ireland to a tournament or something. Then just before the tournament switched to England, just to double down the Rice effect. That would have been funny, wouldn't it? But yep, okay. So I've picked a midfielder, Luis Monti. Johnny, your first pick.
Okay, well I'm sticking with Italy, and I'm going for El Genio. Do you know what El Genio means in Italian? Have a guess.
Oh God, is it the genius? Il Bulila. His other name. Oh, this is one I would have picked otherwise. Yeah. Oh, I think this is probably a better pick. Yeah, go on then. Il Genio, the genius, Who is
Yeah,
that, Johnny?
the genius, exactly. Well, it's the Stadio Giuseppe Miezza is named after this player. His name is Giuseppe Miezza.
Oh!
Do you know where the Stadio Giuseppe Miezza is?
It's the San Siro.
It's the San Siro. It would be very disappointing to have something named after you and have no one ever referred to it by that name. San Siro is the area of Milan where that stadium is. So it's like the Almond Stadium is in Wandsworth. You come into the Wandsworth Stadium, it would be effectively like that, you know?
I'll still take it, folks. If somebody wants to name a stadium after me, that's all right. You can.
But yeah, the reason I picked him is this quote by Italian wine critic and anarchist Luigi Veronelli. Who am I to question Luigi's words, but they're good words. I also saw Pele playing. He did not achieve Miezza's elegant style of playing. One day at the arena, I witnessed him doing something astonishing. He stopped the ball with a bicycle kick, elevating himself 2 meters from the ground. Then he landed with the ball glued at his foot, controlling it, dribbled over an astonished defender, and then went on scoring a goal, one of his hallmark shots. Sardonic, weird, and accurate to the millimeter. Yes, here's a man who can not only do a bicycle kick, but can control the ball with a bicycle kick. Have you ever seen that, Al? I haven't seen that.
Defying gravity, apparently. I mean, like, absolutely insane thing to say. Of course, you can't control a ball with I mean, come on.
Anyway.
I just want to picture that in my head, like, so you fly up, but then your touch is so deft that the ball comes down with you. What, does he spin over and land on his feet as he's performing? Fuck off, Miazza.
33 goals for Italy in 53 games. Winner of the Golden Ball Player of the Tournament award in 1934 or 38. Failed to make a note there. Both. He captained Italy in 1938 and he played in every game in both World Cups. He scored, this was the other reason I wanted to pick him out. He scored a penalty in the semi-final in 1938 against Brazil, despite the fact that his shorts fell down as he was running out to kick the ball. Yes, that's absolutely spectacular. And he got three assists in the final. He played in two World Cup. He played in 2 World Cup finals in a row, unfortunately, just for the same team. But he did win both matches.
Yeah, I've heard him described as potentially Italy's greatest ever player. And just for a club, 463 games, 270 goals for Italy, 53 games, 33 goals. Il Genio indeed. All right, well, I'm going to go for a striker, Johnny, and I'm going for Mozart. Or the paper man, Matthias Sindelar, the Austrian genius. Well, no, I'm going to pick another word. The Austrian maverick. I'm going to pick another word. The Austrian good player. He, 43 games, 26 goals. And this was like generally accepted as the most graceful, beautiful player in the 1930s. He didn't get to play in the 1938 World Cup because Germany invaded Austria.
Anschluss.
The Anschluss, that's right. But previous to that, Austria played Germany. He scored 2 goals in a 2-0 win and celebrated extravagantly in front of senior Nazi dignitaries. Well done, him.
He also starred in one of our recent drafts when I picked him and he defeated your team.
I'm always paying attention and I remember that very, very clearly. Yes, Matthias Sindelar. All right. He refused to play for Germany, and here we go. Him and his wife were found dead in their flat in 1939. Some claim suicide due to the occupation of Austria, and some claim murder from the occupying German force. And some people claim a faulty chimney. But there's no coincidences like that. The man's a hero.
Yeah, the paper man, the Mozart of football. Okay, Al, that is a lovely pick. I want my team all to be capable of doing and be associated with the bicycle kick. I'm going for Leonidas. That's right. Not the Spartan, star of 300, but top scorer in the 1938 World Cup with 7 goals. The Brazilian, known as the Black Diamond. He couldn't be a black player before the 90s without having a name like that, it seems. but also known as the Rubber Man as a result of his agility. Score of 310 career goals in 251 games. And he was in the 1938 All-Star team. That name again is Leonidas from the Brazilian team in 1938. And a trailblazer, a black player in Brazil in the 1930s. So he's right in there. He's playing up front for me. So I'm going to get Giuseppe Meazza to bicycle kick control it. And then to pass it to Leonidas to bicycle kick it into the net.
They both invented the bicycle kick. But how could that be when famously it was Doug Ellis, Aston Villa chairman? Oh, it's so confusing. Right. Ooh. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going for... Well, someone's got to shackle these lads. Okay, I'm going for... Oh, who's better? Ooh. Genuinely, I don't know who to pick it. I'm going for Jose Nasazzi, the El Grande Mariscal, the Great Marshal, the first captain of Uruguay, the first person to lift aloft the World Cup trophy. He didn't actually lift aloft the trophy because he didn't have a trophy then. But yeah, he's the first winner of the World Cup, one of the great defenders of the 1930s. And a fun thing, Johnny, do you know what Nasazzi's Baton is?
It's a game played against the winner of the World Cup or something?
That's right, you're right. Okay, so it is the unofficial world champions. And the way they worked that out is because in 1934, Uruguay did not go to compete to retain their trophy because of they boycotting the Italian World Cup. So, Nasazzi's Baton goes on from that. So the first team to beat Uruguay after that point will then be the holder of the baton. And then you can extrapolate from there very, very complicatedly as to who is the current world champions. So basically, who is the next team to beat Uruguay would become the holders of Nasazzi's Baton. And they would be the unofficial World Cup title holders.
I wonder if you tracked that all the way back to that World Cup win, and and you didn't count any other World Cups and World Cup winners who that team would currently be.
There is definitely people who've done it. Let's have a look. I'm going to Google it right now, Johnny.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'll tell you my next player, and I'm gonna shackle this man down. The fourth best keeper in Europe in the 20th century, the fifth best goalkeeper of all of the 20th century, according to the International Federation of Football History and Stats. One of the greatest players of the 20th century. Do you know what the Ricardo Zamora Award is, Al?
It's the Golden Gloves for La Liga, isn't it?
The goalkeeper of the year in La Liga. And it's named after Ricardo Zamora. There was also a stadium named after him where Spain used to play, but that is no longer where they play. But yes, apparently he was very good. The keeper of this generation, according to ChatGPT.
And barely played in any of the World Cups, played a couple of games. Boo, horrible choice, not in the spirit of the thing at all. Boo. I have another keeper and I'm glad I chose him because it's much more in keeping with it. You should be ashamed of yourself. Okie dokie. I now, Johnny, in exciting news, I now am aware of who are the current holders of the Nasazzi Baton. I think it would be fair to say, Johnny, if I gave you 100 guesses, you still wouldn't get it.
Let me stop you. Is this for who beat the most recent World Cup winners or the actual going all the way back to that one?
All the way back.
Now that is fun. That is really fun. I'm going to say it's Costa Rica.
Fucking hell, Johnny, I nearly shit myself. You nearly got it right, mate. You didn't nearly get it right. But when you started saying it, it sounded like you were going to get it right. Even more unlikely, I've given you a clue there, it sounded like you were getting... No, that's ridiculous. Kosovo are the current Nasazzi's Baton's very unofficial world champions at the moment.
That is fun, isn't it?
They won it from Sweden in September.
That's lovely. I wonder did they know?
Somebody should tell them. Someone should tell them.
Well, let's call up Kosovo and let them know.
Great news, Kos. I mean, what good goes on in Kosovo, man? It's a fucking party, man. Look at that. They were dancing in the streets of, what was it? Pristina, right?
No, Podgorica?
Fuck. Okay. They're dancing in the streets of Kosovo. Well done.
Pristina, you were correct.
Fucking come on, boy Lee. Yes!
Podgorica is Montenegro. Oh my God, there's egg on my face.
Lovely stuff. So good stuff. All right, so my next pick. Now I think this is my masterstroke, and this is going to get the AI thinking. Oh, I'm going for another defender, Johnny, and I'm going for El Maestro Divino, the divine master. Domingos de Guia, the Brazilian who played in the 1938 World Cup. This man was considered to be the first ever ball-playing centre-back. He wasn't a chopper. This lad could play football. Crucially, he already played with Nasazzi for Nacional, so they've got a connection there, brother. You better take that into account, AI. Play together, so there's going to be an understanding there. Lovely. He was apparently a mosquito killer before he became... How the fuck can you be a mosquito? One at a time? Yeah, and here's an incredible thing. So we talked about Pele not being allowed to leave Brazil. Well, Domingos Guia was playing in Uruguay with Nacional with Nasazzi for my brilliant centre-back partnership. And the only way he'd be eligible to play for Brazil in the 1934 World Cup is if he paid, at the time money, 45 million reais, which was £6 million. So for 1938, he moved back to Brazil so he could play for the World Cup. But the first ever real ball-playing player, like apparently an absolute genius, Domingos de Guia.
Okay, well, I am going to go in midfield because I just liked reading about this fella, but he also made the... Hold on, let me check which World Cup he was on the team of the year for. Jose Leandro Andrade Quiroz, a Uruguayan professional footballer, nicknamed the Black Marvel.
Who'd have thought?
During his time, he's regarded as one of the finest players in the world. And he contributed to the domination in the 20s, winning the 2 Olympics and the inaugural World Cup. But here you go, Al. This is where it gets kind of fun, right? Okay. He's born to an Argentinian mother. Jose Ignacio Andrade, who was believed to have been his father, was listed on his birth cert as a witness. The older Andrade. How old do you think his dad was at the time he was born?
15.
98. He'd been an expert in African magic and is believed to have been an African-born slave who escaped from Brazil. Now that's crazy stuff. I like this as well. Prior to the introduction of professional football in Uruguay, he worked a number of jobs. Doesn't say anything about being a mosquito killer. He was once a carnival musician playing the drums, violin, and tambourine, and another time led the drum corps for Camparisa Libertadores de Africa. He's also a shoe shiner and a newspaper salesman. And he was a bone-crunching centre midfielder, scoring 239 goals in 284 appearances. That name again is Jose Leandro Andrade. How do you feel about that, Al?
I just know that Nasazzi and De Gea are going to have these lads absolutely covered. And when I get my goalkeeper in there, all 5'8.5" of them, they're never going to beat him. We're playing with tiny little 5-a-side goals, right? So yeah, that just leaves me with my goalkeeper, and I'm going for Giampiero Combi, the Italian goalkeeper. He won the World Cup in 1934. He postponed his retirement to play in the tournament, and he won the league 5 times with Juve in a row. And I'll tell you what, just about every single player I picked went on to manage Juve at some point. Honestly, Juve's had a lot of managers. Like, it's wild. Yeah.
Give me spell that for me again.
Giampiero is Gianpiero, and Combi is Combi.
Let me just... Gianpiero. This was the time of the flat-capped goalkeeper, I can see from the photograph.
Apparently that was pioneered by your boy. He was the first to wear a cloth cap, the boy Zamora. Also, in my research for Zamora, can you make sure you put this in the AI? Apparently he smokes 60 fags a day. So just make sure the AI knows that. Like,
I'll go on,
yeah. When he's wheezing away, an old fit old Giampiero Combi, 5'8", but 6'4", Ricardo Zamora's got a fag in his gob at least. Like, it's going to give us a chance.
There was another goalkeeper that I like the story of, and his name was František Planica. He was the sixth best goalkeeper in Europe in the 20th century, ninth in the world. He was the last surviving member of the Czech 1934 World Cup squad, dying aged 92 in 1996. He won the league 8 times with Slavia Prague, and at one point in his life he said he'd like to see them win the league again, and he died shortly after they won the league in 1996 after a 48-year wait. And I thought that was quite nice that he stayed alive for that. Yeah, but that is not who I'm going for because I have my goalkeeper. But what I'm doing here, Al, I have no defender. I have a midfield general. I'm going for Giorgi Sarosi. So how many goals do you think my man Sarosi scored for Hungary in his 62 appearances?
I'm going to guess 42. Yeah, here's my next one.
So he was a striker who could also operate in midfield or central defence. Winner of 5, count that 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Hungarian league titles. And the 60th best European player of the century. He captained Hungary to the 1938 World Cup, scoring 5 goals, including 1 in the final. But sadly, Alistair, they did not win. So that's my centre-back, the free-scoring Giorgio Sarosi.
I just hope that AI is going to take the cigarettes and the imbalance of your team into account.
I won't mention the cigarettes in the thing I type into the AI. But is there anything you want to say while I'm putting this into the...
Well, I mean, this 30s draw gave us the opportunity, and I think an opportunity we're not going to get in future draws, of actually putting a bunch of Americans in, but I just chose not to. Apparently, there were a bunch of good American footballers in the 30s, but again, they're not going in. Going in.
They finished third, as in the first World Cup. As you said, no, there was very few European teams, and Egypt missed their boat. But yeah, America did well. They got to the semi-final in the 1930 World Cup. Team Al, Giampiero Combi, Jose Nasazzi, Domingos Antonio de Guia, Luis Monti and Matthias Sindelar versus Team Gianni, Ricardo Zamora, Giorgio Sarosi, Jose Leandro Andrade, Giuseppe Miezza and Leonidas. Okay. 3 minutes in, goal, JC, immediate case, Andrade glides past Monte like silk through fingers, slips mates in tight, toe poke, goal, bang, poof. All right. Goal, Al, bang.
Yes.
Dominguez steps out, spits the press, finds Sindelar between the lines. One touch, no look, side foot, sorry. Pure Mittel Europa. I'm sure somebody somewhere understands what that means. Goal for John, 2-1. Leonidas receives it back to goal, flicks it up, bicycle kick from 6 yards. There you go, Al. That's all I wanted. I don't ask for much.
Oh, it was a bicycle kick.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Sorry, no, that. Is Zamora smoking? I'm going to stop going on about that.
It did actually say at the start, boots on concrete, boards rattling, lungs burning, whatever that means. Okay, Monty finally asserts himself, crunching tackle on Andrade, immediate vertical pass. Sindelar drags Zamora off the line and rolls it in off the post.
Oh, yes.
Oh, baby. And then it's 3-2. John Sarosi intercepts, high ball, steps forward like a midfielder, rifles it, defenders goal. But wait, 3-all. Other 5-a-side nonsense. I don't know. Rebound, pin balls off Nasazzi's shin, Monty's thigh, Domingo's heel, falls to Sindelar. That's a hat-trick for your boy.
Lovely paper man.
1 goal remaining, Al. Andrade slows everything down. Crowd noise fades. Little shimmy. Slides it to Miezza. Dummy. Zamora sprints out of his goal. Launches a hand throw straight to Leonidas, who's already moving. First time finish. Counter goalkeeper assist. Game over. 4-3. Coughlin, king of the 30s. That's right, Al. Man of the match. Zamora. Okay.
Fuck off, you see. There you go. Man of the match, Zamora. Exactly. He was a fucking walling goal. He barely was the World Cup goalkeeper. Smoking his fucking fags. You've cheated. Do it again with a proper keeper. Do it again, Johnny.
Okay, I'll do it. Will I do it with Frank Swift in goalkeeper?
No, you're all right, Johnny. I'm a good loser.
Okay, Team Al were smarter, subtler, and more like a Team Johnny were chaos merchants with two geniuses and a goalkeeper who would refuse to behave like a goalkeeper, like one. There you go. Well, it just happens sometimes. Sometimes that's the way it goes.
Next time,
That's the
I'm
way the
putting
cookie
Buffon
crumbles.
in goal, mate. The 50s one, Buffon's in goal. 60s, Buffon's in goal. I'm going to have Buffon in goal for all of them now. Boo!
Next is the 40s World Cups. Oh,
we don't need to worry about that decade, Johnny. We're going to go straight to the 50s and some players you might have fucking heard of ever in your life. Possibly.
Well, I had heard of.
Two.
You had heard of Matthias Sindelar about 4 weeks ago, but you forgot about him.
Well, yeah, I knew my answer. I think I've heard of a Zamora Trophy, but yeah, that's it. And that's it. And Sarosi, the Hungarian, rang a bell, I think, from our Pushcast book.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're around the same time. It's going to be hard to find audio for the little audio beds at the start and finish of this episode, I'll tell you.
There must be some out there. There must be like radio recordings of it. There must be.
I'll have to go to my local library and listen to radio recordings.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've never searched for 1930s radio recordings of football games, so I don't know how accessible they are.
Well, I'll certainly be looking now. But okay, I'll thank you very much. Let's say this is a new series, and we're going for what's the name of the Nasazzi Baton. Okay, that's what we're going for in this series. Let's see who can win most of these before the World Cup.
Well, that's right. I mean, you won the game, Johnny, but I knew the capital of Kosovo, and frankly, I feel like the real winner here. Love Lister.
That's the real
quiz, yeah. All right, lovely stuff. So next week, Johnny, in keeping with our World Cup theme, we're doing a little man called Pele. Ever heard of him?
Yeah, him I've heard of.
Yep. Only 6 hours of reading, folks, as opposed to my fear last week. It's not that bad. And then we'll be back the week after that with our 1950s World Cup draft, which genuinely, I'm really excited about. This was fun. This was fun to do.
It was fun. All right, Al. All right, thank you very much for listening, folks. Please, I hope you'll join us for the rest of our World Cup series.
And a special thanks to my pal, Mario Bozer, who came to see me in the bar the other day. God bless you, Mario. Hello, mate. Fuck Wrexham. But other than that, lovely to meet you. Thanks for turning up, fella. Cheers. A big shout out to you and your lovely Mrs. May.
Yeah, thanks, Mario. Thanks for listening. And I hope you've given us a rating and told all your friends to do the same. Okay, thanks, folks.
Thanks very much, and we'll see you next week.
Last question. Thank you very much indeed.